What up, everybody? It's your boy MBM back again with another one. And today, I just gotta let y'all know, man, that I have definitely switched from the Apollo to the Rme Babyface, and I've been using the SSL2. But I'm gonna give y'all my reason why I switched and the reason why. I'm gonna give y'all the pros and the cons. Well, there's really no pros and cons. There's really no cons with the Apollo. I wouldn't even say cons. I'm gonna just say that I made the switch, and I'm gonna tell you why I made the switch. But before I tell you why I made that switch, man, do me a favor. Drop a comment below. Let me know you guys been appreciating all the content I've been dropping. Man, hit that like button. Man, show your boy some love. Let me know that y'all there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. That way when you click on the bell, it'll let you guys know when I'm dropping all the latest content, because I'm starting to notice that when I do put out content, man, y'all don't be rushing over, man. Y'all gotta come on over, man. Stop playing, man. Also, to some of you YouTubers, man, that I reached out to, you know what I mean? Like, and I seen y'all see my messages and y'all don't reply. You know, y'all do that with the people who leave comments too. I just wanna say big middle finger to you, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't go chase and tell, man. I don't do that, man. Like, you know, if you wanna work, we can work, but don't call me playing games and all that, man. You know what I mean? Y'all funny acting, man. Like, for real, man. You know, and I ain't dissing nobody, but I'm just letting y'all know some of these YouTubers, real funny acting, man. If you got anything you want to learn, anything you want to ask, yo, feel free to ask me, man. I'll always drop a comment back to you. I always talk back, trust me. I'm not built like that. I like to respond to all the people. I feel like I'm helping, and I really appreciate y'all even reaching out to me. That just let me know you guys are very interested in learning. But before we dive into the reason why I chose the Rme over the Apollo, you know what we gotta do first. We need to roll that intro. Let's get it. So look, man, first thing first, I chose the Rme because it's more portable. Like, I can actually plug, play. If I want to travel, I want to get on the road or something, I want to drive, I'm going to something, you know what I mean? I'm going to visit one of my partners or something. I can actually plug up, play, you know what I mean? Play everything back. I don't have to worry about, you know, you having to use an AC adapter or anything like that, and, you know, and plugging into a wall, or having to go on my ashtray or something like that, or, you know, not the ashtray, but you know what I mean, man. The thing we ain't used in so long. You get my drift. But that's one reason I chose the Rme over the Apollo. The second thing was the plugins. There's no plugins for it. I don't, like, the thing is, I don't use the Apollo. I don't use UAD plugins that much. Like, I find myself using more Waves plugins and a lot of stock plugins that come with certain DAWs that I use. So using UAD, you know, having the UAD was kind of pointless, because having it, you know, you want to be able to play with the plugins. And those plugins not cheap, man. You know what I mean? Out of the whole time that I had the Apollo, I probably purchased about 5 plugins total. I probably purchased about 5 plugins. And within purchasing all those plugins, man, that came up to like almost $600. No, actually more than that. Almost close to $1,200 just for 5 plugins. That's like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa, man, that's pretty expensive. With the Rme, I can just use whatever plugins, whatever third-party plugins I have, I can use with that. Whatever plugins I like to my choice, I can actually use. That's another reason why I chose the Apollo. I chose the Rme over the Apollo. Another reason is that same thing, the Apollo, like, you know, you gotta, you know, if you want to get like a good quality sound, you gotta use the unison preamps, which, you know, Apollo has the Neve, the V76, the Avalon now. They got a variety of choices you can use. But my thing is, if I take that off, I didn't like how the preamp sound without the unison plugins on it. I wasn't really feeling it. I didn't like it. And I plugged in a few microphones. You know, man, I've been engineering for years, but you know what I mean, it just didn't match with my voice. I didn't like the overall sound of it. So I ended up so I was like, you know what? Let me see how the Rme preamp sounds without it having any unison preamps or anything like that, or, you know, it just has its own, it has its own preamp, you know what I'm saying? So once I plugged my mic into it, man, and I gave it a go, man. It sounded amazing, man. I fell in love with it, and I used the SM7B on it, the KSM32, and I used the WA87 on it. All three mics performed very well in there, but I like the SM7B a lot more than I like the other mics. You don't have to have any type of unison plug-in on there and pay for something. All you gotta do is just plug and play. The thing is with that is you can actually set up your own, your own preamps, your own preamp if you want to. And the thing is, I don't know if you can bypass the preamps on here yet, I'm not sure. But if you can, that's cool. And that's another reason why I chose the Rme over the Apollo. Another reason why I chose it is because, to me, I just feel like it's overhyped. It's like everybody heard of Pro Tools, everybody ran the Pro Tools, everybody wanted Pro Tools. They said it was industry standard. Same thing they saying with the Apollo now. It's industry standard. Oh, it's better for your home studio. But you don't know that. You gotta go out and try other things. See, the thing is as I used it, I found it to be a great interface. It's great. Don't get me wrong. I love the Apollo. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. But I like the underdogs. Like having the Rme, it was more of a like the low end sound really nice. The highs were very clear. Overall, it was just a good crispy sound. Like it just sound clear. And then coming out of the Yamahas, it sounded really good. So, and the thing with the and I did a comparison. I didn't put it up on here, but I actually listened to the low end on the Apollo and the low end on the Rme. And the Rme kind of had a slight touch on the bass part to where the bass sound real good. It wasn't, it just sound, it was just like nice in the mix. That's another reason why I like the Rme over the Apollo. And then, a lot of people don't like the Rme Babyface Pro. I hear some people saying, oh, it looks funny. I don't like the quality of it. So this is how it looked. You got your volume knob, your knob for the mic volume. You got the mic set up. You can plug in 2 microphones. I don't plan on having a bunch of people over, so 2 mics is all I need. You can plug in, instruments if you use instruments and stuff like that. Speakers, you can plug both of your speakers in, XLR style. Yeah, man, I don't see a bad bill in this. I think it's pretty dope. I think it's priced at what, like $600 to $900. I'm not sure, but I got it off a buddy of mine for like $450, so it was a steal. So I actually won. You know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't say won. He looked out for me. Appreciate you on that one. And I like the quality of it. The dope part about it is you can just plug and play, man, and do your thing. Now, I was having a bit of a problem on my Mac as far as the drivers go, but I ended up fixing that. And it's crazy because I did a review on the Apollo versus the SSL2. Now, there was a lot of champions saying that the SSL2 sound better on, more body. There were some people saying, well, what about the DSP converters? What about, you can create your own plug-in channels to hear the reverb, to hear compression if you want without recording it in. It's all about how you set up your template. I actually got a template like that on Pro Tools before I was using any of those plugins. Before I was using anything that had like a console. And another thing, the Rme has a dope console too. I'm gonna take y'all to that so y'all can check out the console. Yo, like I was saying. Now, like I was saying, the Apollo has way more stuff you can do with the console than the Rme Total Mix Effects. With the Apollo, you can actually add a unison preamp. You can actually add reverb. You can add whatever you want to add to the Apollo. Not the same for the Rme Total Mix Effects. The only thing you can add on here, well, if you have the Babyface Pro, the only thing you can add is, as you can see right here, reverb. You can add some echo, and I damn sure don't use echo, so I might add a little reverb. And you just add it to the effects channel. Like, if you have it, all you do is just click on effects, and then you can add some reverb. But with me, I don't add a lot of compression. I don't add any of that. I like my vocals dry. The only thing I may add is probably a tad bit of reverb to my vocals just to hear it on playback, but not, recording it in. I won't do it. I just like to have reverb on my voice when I'm rapping to kind of take the dryness away if I don't want my vocals to be dry. Well, as like an R&B artist or something like that who sing, they may want to hear like some reverb on their vocals, which I think this is, pretty dope to do. But like I said, Apollo wins in that field hands down all the way, man. Then like, yeah, you can, just reverb, and then you actually have like a EQ you can use if you want to roll off, you want to roll off a low cut, like around 80 or whatever. I tend to kind of not roll off here. I may not roll off here, but you can if you want to. I like to do that inside of the session. I don't roll off. I like the overall bass tone that, the mic gives you. You can actually, do the mixing yourself. I don't add anything. But if you do, I would say about 70, 70 on the frequency, and, roll that off there. That's about it, And then, let's see. Far as the effects go, you got the, you can either use this knob to add the reverb. I don't know if you guys can hear the reverb. Hello? Yeah. Maybe you can hear the reverb, maybe you cannot, maybe you can't. But it just add a reverb. And then, go over here and fix the reverb up if you want to, if you want it in the medium room, large room, whatever. They don't offer as many effects as Apollo do. It's just like Wall, Shorty, Attack, Swagger, Old School. I like plate reverbs, you know what I'm saying? They don't offer that at all. So yeah, you work with what you got, So yeah, that's pretty much it. It don't really do much. As you can see, these are the hardware inputs. You got your software playback right here, your hardware outputs. Like I said, it's pretty dope. I like it. It doesn't give me the feel that the Apollo does when it comes to this, when it comes to the console. But who needs it? You know what I mean? I definitely don't need it. You know what I mean? So this is what I go with what I got. And do I miss the Apollo? No. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't miss it. I don't miss them high-ass plugins, man. Do the Rme versus the SSL2. We're going to do a vocal shootout. I want to see how the vocals sound on the both of them together and how they match up. You know what I mean? And now, I still got a learning curve to learn when it comes to the Rme, which I know is not that much. Setting up the headphone mix, I didn't figure that out. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's dope. Like, I used to have the Apple G. What it reminded me of was the Apple G I had. The Apple G Duet 2 I had. The Apple G Duet 2 I had. It was that was a dope interface. I rocked that interface for years before I ended up upgrading to the Apollo. And then when I got the Rme Babyface, it kind of reminded me of the Apple G a little bit. Like, I just like the fact that the preamp sounds very good just straight out of the box. You don't have to add nothing to it. And yeah, to the dude I sold my Apollo to, if you watching this, you've been using my plugins, dog. I need those back. I need the ones I paid for back. You know what I'm saying? I really love the sound that's coming out of the Rme. It's pretty dope. Not a bad interface. I actually think it's a good interface. You know what I mean? And try it out, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna float you nowhere, but I guarantee you, if you get an Rme and match it with an SM7B, you can't go wrong. If you're an R&B head, you're a rapper, whatever, I guarantee you this setup will sound very nice on you. And I'm gonna show you how to record a clean vocal next. How I record a clean vocal using the Rme. Actually, you can do this on any interface. You can do this with any DAW. You can do this with how to record a clean vocal. I'm gonna show you all my steps on what I do. Don't forget to leave your boy a comment, man. Let me know what y'all feel about the content. Like I said, this ain't no big tutorial, nothing like this. This is just me chopping it up, man. We're gonna have more videos like this. And the next one I might be doing is how to record a clean vocal. It's your boy MBM. I appreciate y'all for tapping with me. And hey, I'm out.